Hey you, how you doing? Whoo, I know it's Valentine Day, it's Valentine season. I know a lot is going on, but see, I want us to talk about something today, especially those of us that we are yet to be married. I want us to look at Valentine another way today. Val is a beautiful season. But the thing is this, I want us to learn something that you can use every day that can make your life this beautiful. Something that can make you to enjoy love at every point in time. So that it is not only February 14th that you experience love. I want you to enjoy love every time. It can be that beautiful. I'm sure somebody is already planning cake, flowers, and all of these stuffs, but you can have it every day. I want us to have a discussion this morning. I want to take it from this word Valentine. So, if you are single, you are yet to be married, I need you to pay attention to this. It will shock you what you are going to experience in your marriage if you have all of these qualities I want to talk about. These qualities will make you to be whole. So, whole plus whole will birth wholeness. Is that okay? So that is the state I wanted to get to. So let's start. So the first letter in Valentine is what? V. So let's take it. So I want to talk about value. How valuable are you? There's nobody that would trash gold, real gold. You know why? It's very valuable. The reason why somebody will look at you and say, I'm not interested, I'm not doing again, is because of your value. If there is anything I need you to work on this Valentine season, work on your value. People generally, they aggravate, they move towards value. If you remember this woman in the Bible, Deborah, Barak wanted to go to the war front. Barak said, I won't go if you're not going with me. That's how valuable that woman was. So the next alphabet is A. And A is talking about attitude. The attitude I'm talking about right now is about your character. It's about your behavior. What's your behavior like? What can we say about the way you relate with people? Because marriage would demand something from you, which is respect. You have in-laws, you have friends, you have people that you don't even know, you have neighbors that will be new that you're going to be relating with. I used to tell people, being nice is just the nice thing to do. Be nice to people. Just make it a natural part of you. Let it be natural with you, that you just greet with smile, that you just welcome people. Letter Hell talks about learning. How many of you have heard this thing before? In Yoruba language, they usually say something like Ile oko, Ile eko, chai. If you don't understand Yoruba, I hope English will be able to explain it. Let me try. Your husband's house is a home where you learn. And you know, for a long time, talking about that thing, and we paid attention to the girl child. See, this house you are going to, this your husband's house, you will have to learn, you have to learn a lot of things. And we left the men. And these days, you see some men and you're like, really? Is this the best way you can behave? Is this the best way you can act? Because the real thing about that statement should be ìgbéyàwó ilé ẹ̀kọ́, which means marriage is a school, is a place where you learn. It's for both the male and the female. As a matter of fact, when I see some people, you can even judge yourself. How open are you to learning new things? Because you will learn new things. You will unlearn, you will learn, and you will have to relearn. Because learning is continuous in marriage. The next letter is E. I have different things running through my mind when I saw letter E. Let me just choose this one. Your emotions. How are you managing your emotions? Presently, it's still only you. You are still the only one. And you know emotions, we have the positive one, we have the negative one. How do you manage anger? How do you manage fear? How do you manage even your joy, your happiness? Nobody can talk to you. Nobody can say anything. You just flare up. You just pick it up. That cannot happen in marriage. You know why? Offenses will come. Your guy will offend you. Your lady will offend you. Are you going to say you pick offense and you start breaking everything? So this is the time for you to start managing your emotions. There's this woman I really love. Anytime I read her story, I go back to it again. I'm always excited looking at the story of this woman, Abigail. Abigail, such an adorable woman. The husband, Nabal, David said, go to Nabal. We have treated them well. Go to Nabal, get me something. Give us something to eat. He sent the guys to Nabal. Nabal said, who is he? He just rubbished them. And those guys went back to David. One of the servants knew that they were in trouble, ran to Abigail. Abigail packed things, ran to David and begged on the behalf of the family. Did you know that when Abigail returned, Abigail got there and saw Nabal that the guy was just enjoying himself. He was feasting. And David could have killed the whole family that day. And the guy could not be, he was just enjoying, he was drinking, he was feasting. And this woman got there. She didn't even say a word to him. How many of us can do that? That you won't get there and they will scatter the whole place. The Bible says Abigail didn't say a word that night. She left him until morning. Learn to manage your emotions. Then I moved to hen. I've seen some people before that will tell you that, no, me, I'm a neutral person. I just love to be neutral. No, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just me. I'm just neutral. I know it's good. You're neutral, right? But marriage does not need neutrality. You can't be neutral in marriage because there's nothing like individuality in marriage. One of the things that kills marriage is no, I'm on my own. No, I'm just me. See, begin to learn how to take side right now. Begin to learn how to give support right now. Begin to learn how to adjust right now and say, okay, we're going to do it your own way. Because when you get into marriage, it's going to be two of you coming together, making decisions and deciding on what to do. If you're going to be deciding on what to do, it won't go your way every time. There are different types of marriages, but there's this particular one that we call the Galacticos marriage. It's made of two stars. They are just two individuals in that marriage. Everybody wants to do their own, run. And that's not the kind of home. That's not the kind of marriage you should be longing for. Do all you can to see how can I get to that point. Because I know there are some singles that I see, they're already at that point that they are already an independent person. Probably because of age or the way they grew up, they are independent. I do my thing. In marriage, there's nothing like you will do your thing. It's going to be her thing. Next alphabet is T. And with T, I'm talking about tolerance. I be with some people and say, no, I don't take that. No. I can't take that. No, you're not ready for marriage. Maybe you should just still be single. Because you will take that too, my dear. You will take that. You've got to be able to tolerate people. There's some things like even me right now that as a single, I wouldn't be able to take. Like, you don't see it around me. But marriage I think I even do some of those things that I feel like before I cannot do, because you got to learn to tolerate. You will tolerate people. As a matter of fact, you will also need to tolerate some beliefs. You will accept some beliefs. You understand? There are some things that you just don't believe and your spouse believes it. If you don't come to an alignment, that's why I always tell people, beliefs alignment is important. You need to, your belief system must align before you go into that marriage. Then letter I. Letter I speaks about inspiration. And I'm intentional about this inspiration I'm talking about because a lot of singles do tell me that I know my spouse is going to inspire me. Oh, I get you. Build your inspiration internally, inwardly. Let it come from within you. Generate your inspiration from within you, from your inside, from yourself, by yourself. Be good. Because I just don't want you to get married and be disappointed. When you are waiting for your spouse to be the one to encourage you all the time, everybody needs encouragement. I'm going to get happy even though I don't feel like being happy. Okay, I always say this, I don't want to forget it. Don't put the power of your life, the power of your emotions, the power of your inspiration in the hands of any man. The next letter is N, and N talks about now. Stop pushing your happiness to later. When I get married, I'm going to be happy. When I get married, I'm going to plan. When I get married, I'm going to buy land. When I get married, no, there is nothing you want to be that you cannot be now. Enjoy your today. Celebrate the moment. I remember a lady was telling me, he said, no, first day, when I get married, that's when I will start praying. I will pray with my spouse. No, you don't pray now, you won't pray then. Marriage will amplify what you are going into it with. You are a prayerless girl now. You won't pray when you get there. The certification, get them now. The trainings, get them now. Get into that marriage. He's already seeing your certification, seeing the things you have done, you have achieved. Okay, so the last letter is E. And I love this one because I love to say it. Enjoy God. Just enjoy God. I'm telling you. The God you don't have a relationship with, the God you don't know now, marriage will ask you. Marriage has a way of asking questions. And it will get to a time, if you feel like I have my mom, I will always ask. I have my dad, I will always ask. I have my friends, I will always ask. There are some questions that none of them will be able to give you answer. It's the God that you know that will be able to produce the answer for you. Enjoy God's presence right now because you will need that presence. Situations will ask you, do you know your God in marriage? And you need to be able to answer, yes, I do know my God. Most times, people that do not know their God before they get into marriage, you will see them running from pillar to post, that they're running from one mountain to the other. Whereas you can talk to your God on your knees in your bedroom. I remember there was a time that I had an issue with my fiance before we got married. And I picked up my phone. I wanted to call one of our pastors so that he could talk to him. And as I picked up my phone, I just heard the Holy Spirit talking to me. He just told me, he said, I am closer to you than that person you want to place a call to. That statement is still staying with me till date. I dropped my phone that day. I went on my knees and I spoke to God. I talked to God about it and it was sorted. So today, in my marriage, I have issues. I talk to my God. I see the way He answers. I see the way He sorts out things for me. I hope you've learned one or two things. I'm going to see you another time. Till then, enjoy God.